To be spiteful, she best friends with the ops. And you need better stop. Standing on my money, dog. Please don't get the involved. Ain't nobody.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City.
Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Detroit Lions.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Now this defense for the Lions very strong in that victory a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Now a throw here, hauled in. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Buccaneers.
Let's go. 18, 5 here. Track 60.
They'll look to throw. That's again complete to Palmer. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Pass out left finds Johnston.
The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that will bring up second down.
Get it. Drop 60, drop 60.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Chandler. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Mustang 19. 79 Broncos. Ready?
They'll look to throw again.
And this one too low.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That second down play, that's a -4.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense. Countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. He couldn't get away there too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And his kick is right there. It's good.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Ready, break! Ready.
Hooker to throw on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Let's go now.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Go.
Throwing. Hooker. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay.
They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Off play action. Here's Hooker. He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Trying to throw again here. Hooker. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Hooker. That's to the tight end, Laporta.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They'll run for the first time with a speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Working out of the shotgun, Hooker.
Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Ready.
Here's Hooker to throw it.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Vita Vea in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And the Lions are going to have it 1st and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Flushed out right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
And Johnston set in motion.
Second and 15. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Gardner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, if nothing else, they were able to pick up 1 first down on this drive and get it away from their own goal line. But not much happened after that, and it leads to a punting situation.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they are back to 500 on the year. Got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Lions at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
3rd down, Hooker looks to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Nice job defensively to hold them to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Now a handoff to Chandler.
And he's got room. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. He'll look to throw. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Bucs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. First down throw here. It's Hooker.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is it down the numbers? There he goes.
Now he's free to midfield. How about this? And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Hooker's going to throw it. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Escaping the pressure right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Now Hooker.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here we go.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. A final shot before break.
Hooker into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. Another run for Gibbs here.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Hooker.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Patterson now for the extra point.
It's good, and it's 21-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. But, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Here's Chandler on 2nd down.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is caught, and he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
They go play action. Here's Hooker. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you?
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Hooker now, 3rd and long.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And just a 30-yard punt that time.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jameson Williams.
58 yards.
And the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Cut 19. 18, 5 in.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Johnston. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
And you start to think if it's going to happen for these guys, it's got to start with this drive. Down 3 scores, they need to start making some inroads. And that'll help the cause there as they pick up good yardage and a first down.
Back now at Ford Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
19 Lions.
Back to throw again. Open man is Arcega right side. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll look to throw again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, ready?
2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
it looks like right at the 40. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. Here comes the Lions punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Now back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
18 Radler, 18 Radler.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Hooker now off play action.
That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down.
Off play action. Here's Hooker.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with his 3-score deficit. And time faded.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else. It makes a dramatic play.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 1st down Lions on a pickup with 13.
Throwing. Hooker.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
On second down, here's Gibbs.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Ready.
Hooker.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over.
The Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Second and 10.
Riggs, 19 Lions.
Looking to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Buccaneers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Mustang 19. Ready.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Palmer. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
It's a gain of
79 Broncos.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
Come on.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Here's Chandler.
And some room to roam now.
Still going inside the 20.
And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's incomplete. It was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome. And this one's over. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game.